Welcome back to the third quarter of the Bobby003 Show, along with my sidekick, in case you're just tuning in, Andrew Guitros.
Good morning.
And a couple of quick sponsors.
Oh, I can handle quick ones too. How about Carl's Thrift Away? We'll start right out the gate with Carl's. You know, if you're fighting with arthritis type pain, Carl's Thrift Away can help you. They've got a lot of stuff for stiffness, inflammation, and pain. Well, they've got medications that can go through the skin and deliver the medicine right to where it hurts. It can help you out quite a bit. Don't forget about them from Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 12 noon as well. Great gift shop. Great graduation and ideas and home decorating ideas as well. Maybe you're going to have a lot of people over with the graduations and everything else going on. You can go get all those things to decorate the house and give gifts away. They've got all that for you. Over-the-counter medication and prescription medications as well. Carl's
But you have one more sponsor?
One more sponsor. Let's go with, how about the Quarters Casino right there on Highway I-49, just north of Opelousas. You can go by there and you can get your good Chevron fuel, your crispy, crunchy fried chicken, your Subway sandwiches, your Stuckey's candy, Pico de Gallo, authentic Mexican cuisine with a good margarita. They got those nice little machines in there that you can get lucky with as well. Try your gaming luck while you're there, and it's good, clean, good concrete, well lit, safe, easy on, easy off from the interstate. Go by the Quarters Casino and Travel Plaza.
And diesel in the front with the auto service, or if you prefer driving to the back where you have a lot more room, where the big 18-wheelers get fuel up, well, you can go there. You're welcome to use that department.
You are correct.
And let's see
more
here.
Photos?
Let's go some more photos.
We can do that. How about this one?
I've stopped in at Southwest Feed and to visit my cousin. I guess I could say my cousins. And this is a distant cousin in the picture here. Larry LaFleur and his wife, and I think that's Miss Ellen. And they were in there shopping, and
they're buying tomato cages.
There you go.
Those wild tomatoes will get away if you don't put them in cages.
He's the son of the late Mr. Ferdy LaFleur. He was quite an individual, well known. And I asked Larry, I said, Larry, were y'all able to get that picture that used to be at the Piccadilly in Lafayette of your daddy? It was first at Silas bike shop, Sporting Good on Landry Street, right near where the Sandoz and Schiff office is. He says, we have it as somewheres. I said, that shouldn't be somewheres in your house. That was such a great picture that Piccadilly had it in when you'd walk in to get your food. Right. It had it on the side of the wall there. But anyhow, they are renovating the old home place in Prairie Ronde and just loving it. And on the left in the red shirt is none other than Mr. Artigo.
Tommy Artigo.
Tommy Artigo.
Gentleman farmer, farmer gas station owner. He's turned it over to the new generation, Barry, his son. Who's doing a bang-up job there. I think Tommy goes in and helps a little bit in the mornings.
Oh, yeah.
He's trying to give his daddy something to do.
Miss Wilma's there all the time.
He don't want his daddy to get old too fast. He got to give daddy something to do around the station, just like Tommy did with his dad all those years.
And Tommy, that's how his daddy was in the station business. Now, Tommy has always also had cattle, and he's discussing something in depth right here. He's explaining it to Mr. Mike Fontenot, the manager there, and then the next picture is going to show my other cousin, Mike Fontenot, also, and that was Rene Fontenot's son. Rene with KSLO right at 50 years on the mic every morning of the week, except Sunday.
When I go to my office early in the morning, a lot of times that light bulb is still on in that studio up, because it borders on the backside of KSLO radio. And I look at that light, and boy, I remember when he'd be by that back window, sometimes he'd be smoking a cigarette at that back window, and I'd wave, and he'd wave back. So
I had a long visit. Probably stayed too long, but this is at the Earl Taylor fundraising golf tournament that was held last Thursday, I might add. And I think that's Mark on the left, Swallow, Mike Swallow's brother. I see Mike at Catholic Church in Washington all the time, he and his wife. In the middle is Harold Taylor, Earl Taylor's little brother, and Armand Castile. I still call him Coach. And here is Earl and the young lady that's taking care of the pictures. They took pictures of everybody there, and they're going to send us a picture. And I can't wait to get my picture, man.
Well, sure.
I hope I
With
look
the
good.
DA.
And Lee Young on the right, and his nurse, and I can't think of your name, darling, but I did make a comment. She's a sweetie, and she's lost a lot of weight. She's working out. She had a new baby, had a baby, and she got rid of all that baby and baby fat, and I complimented her. You know, sometimes it takes a long time, but see, Lee works out every day.
Oh, so while she's there with him, she can work out
She can do some working out at the same time. And let's talk about something else with Lee Young, and that is Horses in Harmony. And they are honoring this year on the horse side of it, Mr. Lee Young.
No kidding. And
Lee has been, as long as I've known him, and I've known him since the early 60s, mid 60s. He was, at first he was in the cowboy rodeoing type of horses, and then got into the race horses around the middle of the 60s. And he and I had the same place where our horses, he was training his own, but he was housing his horses at Mr. Arthur Savoy's.
There you go.
Out around the Cankton Sunset area. And then he became a very successful trainer and owner, and then went to Mexico, showed the Mexicans how to get into the
video poker business there.
Casino business. Casino business.
Did well there.
And did well there. Came back here. Now he's proud owner, we hope, he and Shirley, of the Indian Hills Country Club. And thanks for doing all that beautiful work. And
helps us with the Cerebral Palsy Clinic fundraiser every year. Breakfast with Santa provides a facility and
allows the sheriff had a fundraiser recently. Earl had a fundraiser.
Lee's a good guy.
Opelousas General had one recently. Opelousas Catholic usually has one. And Lee and Shirley are sponsoring one for the children in Memphis.
St. Jude's.
St. Jude's coming up. We'll get you the dates on that. But Lee, we are very happy that you were chosen to be the honoree this year.
And the musician honorees are on Opelousas Rod Bernard.
Rod Bernard.
This could go on forever.
Yep, and this event will take place. Let's see, I have it right here.
It's on there.
It's on there. June the 10th.
There you go.
At the event center here in Evangeline Downs. So
there you go.
We'll keep it, and Lee couldn't have chosen a better person to honor.
There you go, and we got a pretty sunset there over Ducharme Lane.
Yep.
And then you over here.
At the bank? That's right. I'm signing some notes, still having to sign some notes at the bank, and I'm at Whitney Bank. And this is Miss Judy, and she's been taking care of David and I's accounts there for many, many years. You do a beautiful job. Thank you, Miss Judy. And, of course, Byron Bro is my senior banker. And, of course, the loan is shared, actually, with the American Bank here in Opelousas and St. Landry Bank. So we have tried to always remember our locals. And, of course, Lafayette is local, as you can get also. And this is a local guard at Whitney Bank. And there's Tony Fontenot, my cousin from Washington, Louisiana.
There you go. And we've got over at Préjean's.
Préjean's having lunch maybe that same day. Pajo and I were having lunch, now that I'm thinking about it. And John Kelly Lejeune, you remember I commented the night
from Church Point, Louisiana. Piggly Wiggly Man.
He and his wife, Miss Betty. I didn't get a picture when I went to the very successful large fundraiser for District Attorney in Lafayette, Vermilion, and Acadia, Mr. Mike Harson. And he wasn't there, and then a couple of days later, I get to take a picture of him. How about that?
And that's Pajo.
And that's Pajo, and that's over at Préjean. That is Préjean.
Who helps us with the Cerebral Palsy Clinic as well.
Chef Préjean.
That's right.
Ernest Préjean. And this is the gentleman here that came to help out in the promotion of Evangeline Downs this weekend. And this man in the picture was Mr. Dave Johnson, a horse racing legend in his own right. And Miss Billy Reynolds on the left, who is just all over Evangeline Downs doing business promotion and has been there since they opened in Opelousas here for sure. So he does a great job. And then we have also a jockey signing these for me, and Chris McCarron. He's a Hall of Fame jockey. Sure. I want to say he won over 7,000 races. Whoa, he's been in the saddle. One of the greatest ever. And we have a better picture of him.
We'll get him right here.
Yeah.
That's just so you can tell the jockeys are not tall.
Not tall. And Miss Jennifer has a little height on all three, of the three, she's the tallest. Let's go. And that's Mr. Darkin Sterlis. Very successful horse trainer out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Always sits upstairs, and I always go by and wish him well. And this is Frenchie, the photographer from Lafayette, and he and his family have been, ever since I can remember, they've had that
taking the pictures of the winner.
Take a picture of the winner. And now with the equipment technology, within 20 to 30 minutes after the race, you have your pictures to take home with you and brag and put them on the wall like I did with the one that won last. This is Chris Warren. I met Chris when I was on the racing commission. He is one of the high-ranking racing officials over at Delta Downs, which is owned by Boyd Gaming, and Boyd Gaming and Delta Downs is now all part of Evangeline Downs.
That's right.
Or let's put it another way, Evangeline Downs is now a part of Boyd Gaming and Delta Downs. And a good picture right there. We're discussing some of the, they caught me off guard on that one. And this is Mr. Lee, and I talked about Miss Shirley. Miss Shirley on the left, his wife. Been knowing them for years. And Jim and Janine Wallace. And of course, Jim was in the insurance business for many, many years here. And of course, she is a daughter of the late, great, famous legend in his own right, Mr. Tony Sashray.
There you go.
Boy, that seasoning is selling all over the world today. Internet sales, it has no limits.
That's right. And Mr. Red Tate?
Mr. Red Tate, who was raised in the racing industry, and across from him was Dr. Richard Tate, and he would not let me take his picture. Doc, you my doctor. I needed to show him that I really have a real doctor. And this is three people that were walking into, this is where I started last Saturday. Well, I started at the Palace, but they were closed. And I found out since then that Bill, Tina's husband, Bill Walker, just had a little bout of pneumonia, brought him to the hospital. But by Sunday night, Monday morning, he was out, and she's back at work and running the shop. But anyhow, we had breakfast at King's Truck Stop. These three people had big smiles. I said, I need a picture of you. I don't need a name. Y'all in a hurry. They were on their way to New Orleans and had a big weekend planned. And they knew the Greek. They had heard of Jimmy Patterson, the Greek, our friend Jimmy Patterson, Patterson Insurance, Bossier City. And then after breakfast, I went to the car show at Toby's Little Lodge. And Wayne and Todd and Ginger and the group there, y'all did a beautiful job. It couldn't have had Wayne, I don't know where you put in your order to get that beautiful weather, but you sure had it. And over 100 antique and specialty type cars. And in the picture here is Freddie Herpin on the right and Bobby Ordwin on the left, both in the newspaper business.
That's right.
And John Benoit, and of course he owns Benoit's Country Meat Block. He was assisted when he opened by Kelly Cormier. They're friends from both of them from Church Point, Louisiana, and he brought me that good, delicious hog head cheese. I only eat that he makes.
We got to take a 1-minute break for the last quarter, folks. We'll see you on the other side of one.